everyone, I'm Nerdy Hippie. I am a streamer and content creator, and I'm going to show you Touch Portal. I absolutely love Touch Portal. It's a very strong and cheap alternative to a Stream Deck, where a Stream Deck can cost you around $130, depending on which model you get, obviously. The most I paid for Touch Portal is $13, and that's going to last me for a lifetime. So I would rather do that. And it does a lot of the same things that a Stream Deck does. I just love it. So for a Touch Portal, I have it on my tablet. You could also have it on your phone. It works with a lot of different devices. So it works for just about everyone because everyone already has a phone. You don't have to buy extra stuff. It's fantastic. So let's go ahead and look at it. So this is what the program itself looks like, but in order to get it, you need to go to their website, which looks like this. You go to touchportal.com. It does have the little dash in between, or you could just Google Touch Portal, and it should be one of the first things that pops up. On the website, if you just go to downloads, sorry, my kid's in the background. If you just go to downloads, hit Touch Portal, it will bring you to this section, and you just select which one you need based on what you have, really. You can find the app in both the Play Store and the Apple App Store just by searching Touch Portal, which has been so nice. This is also a page we're going to go back to in a different video for things like icon packs and pages and plugins. So follow, subscribe, all of that kind of stuff, so you can see more. But Touch Portal itself looks like this. You may have a sample page that already has some buttons on it, and that's okay. What this layout kind of looks like. Right here, oh, I just realized you can't even see my mouse, but in the right side, you can actually see where it says Grid Settings. You can edit the layout of your Touch Portal. This big part is like the preview section for you. So you could do how many rows and how many columns. You can change the size of the buttons. You can change the whole background colors and change it to actually have a picture if you wanted. You can do auto navigation if you want. You can do graphics if you want. There's all kinds of things you can do. I will let you know that the more GIFs and moving things you have, the slower the pages will load for you. You can have some, and it worked just fine, but if you have the whole page filled with nothing but GIFs, it's going to take longer for the pages to load for you. It's just the way it is. In the bottom right side, oh, now you can see my mouse. On the bottom right side, this is where you know if it's connected or not. It will be red if it's not connected to your device, yellow if it needs basically refreshed in order to make a full connection, and green if you're good to go. The bottom left is where you're going to find that IP address that you're going to need on your device. Connect your device to your computer to use Touch Portal. You would download it on your device, obviously. Once you go into here, you will see up in this corner, it will say settings. It would also have like a little refresh circle. So you hit settings, and then the fourth one down in the list is IP address desktop application. And that's where you put that IP address that's in the bottom left-hand corner of your program on the computer. They do need to be on the same internet in order to work. So if you have a Wi-Fi, make sure they're both connected to the same Wi-Fi. If your computer is hardwired, hopefully that hardwire goes to a Wi-Fi, and then you'll still be able to have this on the Wi-Fi and this hardwired, and you'll be good to go. Once you hit back from the menu, it will refresh itself to make sure everything's updated, and you do have to have the program open for everything to run. So every time you go to use this, make sure the program's open, you connect it, and then you're good to go. It's also going to have the port 1 and port 2. I have never seen port 1 and port 2 be any numbers other than these, so you should be fine with that. Up here, we're on the Pages tab, so you can see all the pages. I have a bunch of pages, like mine set up, and it's fine. Values, I don't mess with those a whole lot. That's more of like the developer side, but they do have a tutorial if you want to know on that. Events, I use a lot of events. Events are basically a button that runs automatically. So you don't have to press it. It looks for some kind of trigger, whether it's a channel point reward, whether it's you changing to a specific page in your OBS or whatever program you're using to stream. Any of those kind of things, if you get rated, any of those kind of things, and then it does the actions that you put inside of there. Those are the main things we're going to talk about. It's just pages and events. Sorry, again, I have a kid. She's in the background. Okay, so we're going to look at buttons first. On your pages, you can set up multiple pages. If you have the free version, you will be limited on the number of buttons and pages you can have. The pro version is only $13 US right now, and honestly, it's worth it because you get unlimited pages, unlimited buttons, and you get the ability to use plugins, which have changed a lot of things for me, for sure. Sorry, my kid. So, to make a button, you just hover so you see the box. You click it, you get this new window that pops up. This looks intimidating. I know. So you have a little preview window of what the button's going to look like. We're going to need that in just a moment. Over here is all the actions that you can add to your touch portal. They are in different categories based on what programs and stuff you need. I do have some programs that are not available because they're from the plugins. And you can even, oops, wrong one. You can even go through and unselect certain ones if you know you're never going to use that program. So I have gone ahead and done that for what I need. In here is going to be the list of actions that we have. So when we press a button, it's going to do everything on this page. Whenever a new event happens, it's going to go on this page. And if we hold the button, it's going to do this page. Just to give you an idea of some of the things it can do. So let's say, for example, we want it to go into the OBS program and we want it to mute our mic, right? We will find the OBS section. We will do mute source volume on this one. We want it to mute, and then we just find the source right here. So I have chat as one of mine. That controls my Discord. So every time I press this button, it's going to mute it. Or we can set it for toggle so it can do mute and unmute. Up to us. Right? This section is where we're going to give the details and the looks of this button. So we're going to name it mute, just for example. You could change your color, you could change your font, you could really spend some time making it how pretty or not pretty you want. As you can see, the mute is already up here. You can align it to different ways. You could put it top, middle, bottom, whatever you want. All kinds of things. We're going to put it on the bottom for this, just for this example. This tab is when you can do the image. So you could do from a file. You could do from an icon pack that you could get from their website, or you can remove the icon if there's already one on there. You can make it a full button size or not a full button size for the image, which can be handy depending on what you do. I have some that I need full button size because it's supposed to look like the entire button. Some of them I just need it placed on top of the words. If you have an image, it will most likely go smack dab in the middle. So you want your words kind of on the bottom for that one. So we're going to do an icon pack for this. This is the default one that comes with it. We are going to do this one. And that's kind of what it looks like. We want the background to be visible so you can see, hey, it's a button. You could change the colors. Let's make this partially blue and red, like that. Just because we can. We can swap them, we can change it so it's like this or like this. We can do all kinds of things. Rounded corners, not rounded corners. This is going to be what size it's going to be on the page. If you want to buy a 1x1, a 1x3, you could get really creative with some of these things. And then this is the graphic upgrade. I don't really mess with those because they tend to slow down the pages, but they're there if you want them. So you save. Now we have the button. Now if we go onto our touch portal and sync it up, which I highly recommend you hit refresh whenever you make new buttons, you can click this and now it will mute my chat in my OBS for me. So some of the categories that I absolutely love is the run and open. You can start applications from your computer. I will say if you're running a Windows machine and you get something from the Windows store, it's not going to be able to open that program because it's stored within the store instead of on your computer. For example, Minecraft. I play Minecraft a lot, and while I could click a button on my computer to open it, it doesn't have a saved location on my computer. So I can't use this to open it, but I use it to open things like my OBS, my Spotify, my Mix It Up bot that I use. I use it to open Valo and Steam, all kinds of things. So you would just click this, you would put the path of where it's going to be on your computer, and I leave the arguments blank for right now. You can delete things for doing that. Easy peasy. So that one I use a lot. Navigation to go to different pages I use a lot, or you can use it to open a new URL if you need input. I like this one for certain key presses that I need. You could do a virtual key press, and you can just tell it what keys you actually want to select, and it will press it for you every time you press that button. It's fantastic. You can also do like mouse clicks and things like that. Another category is utility, which can be handy. You can actually shut down your whole computer, which is handy. But I don't personally use that yet because sometimes I accidentally press buttons and I don't want to shut down my computer in the middle of a stream. That's just me. But that could be handy even if you're using it for something that's not streaming related. Logic. Ooh, do I use Logic a lot. Wait for timers. So you can wait for seconds or minutes or milliseconds before the next action in the list starts. So handy. So handy. If statements, else statements, things like that. So if this is running, then it will do these things. If it's not running, it will do these things. Very handy. You could build a lot of different things using those kind of things. The X values. I use that for the change button states, which is handy for those if-else statements. You can change values if need be. These ones I don't really use, but I left them up just in case. So you can write to a text file or anything like that. The HTTP I don't really use, but some people have used them in order to get the website to get information, things like that. Very handy that way. Visuals. So you could change the visuals of your button based on different things. So I use that under the Events tab. OBS. You can do all kinds of things with OBS, guys. All kinds of things. It's very, very handy. Twitter. If you want it to send a tweet, it can do that for you. Twitch has all kinds of things for Twitch. Very handy. The other ones I'm not going to cover because those are for plugins, and that wouldn't be fair to show you off features that you can't get without the plugins. So, those are kind of like the main things right there for a button. You can layer so many things up, get so many things done, and I'm actually going to show you a old version of my touch portal and some of the buttons that I did to give you guys ideas. This is a old version of my touch portal. You are able to create backups, which is very handy. But some of these things are obsolete to me now because I combine things and I've learned new things and expanded on them, basically. So these buttons up here opened different programs. So if you go into it, it starts the applications based on the applications. I now have a button that just says startup, and it starts up like 5 different programs all at once. So a lot of these buttons have been combined into one. Actually, all of these have been combined into one. All 6 of these. I don't need the Discord one anymore because Discord opens automatically. Steam, I do have it as a separate button. And then these 3 pages, or these 3 buttons go to pages. So this one will go to page Twitch. This one will go to my OBS controls page, and this will go to my cams, which are pages you can find in here. So let's go to the OBS one, for example. You could start stream, you could start the recording. These are for different webcams. Sorry about my kid. These are for different webcams that can turn on and off depending on what I need. These will go to different scenes inside my OBS. These will also go to scenes, but these ones was for specific games. I've now changed this up, so a lot of these are combined into one instead of a different scene for every game. This is my audio controls. This will mute and unmute my mic, my computer sounds, my Discord, my Elgato capture card that I use for the Switch. This is just a test button. If I wanted to test a feature out, then I just use this one. And this showed how many deaths I had, which is very nice. Actually, no, this one changed my webcam to black and white. I have a different one for a death counter. And this one will put a marker inside your Twitch video, so you could go onto Twitch later, and when you do highlights, you can see all the markers, so you can find clips and stuff very easily. This is my Twitch page. Basically, this is things that I could put into the chat box. So all kinds of commands and those kind of things. I could do a welcome for being here. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. What's my current goal? These was buttons to other pages. My Discord command, my social commands, my raid command, my merch command. Basically a bunch of commands, alright? Is what this whole thing was. And then you could clear the chat as well. You can have it do shoutouts. This whole page is nothing but shoutouts. So all the green was my mods, all the purple was on my VIPs. So you can open it and it will type in Twitch message, whatever message you type. So if you wanted a command, you needed that exclamation point, what the command is. If you wanted just words of just hi, you could do that. And then I had a whole page for turning on cameras based off of what game I was on for my webcam. I've now changed that, so I don't need that. I just have it in one location, so I just need one button. But it's very, very handy, guys. Very handy to have kind of these kind of things set up. But this should hopefully give you some ideas. I can do a tour of my current one if you guys want. Just let me know in the comments. That's how that one is. I do want to show you the settings because I just realized I haven't showed you the settings yet. But if you go into settings, general is just your general information, right? You do need to go into OBS and have a web socket. I'm going to put a link to the download for the OBS plugin for WebSocket. WebSocket basically allows programs to control OBS, but there'll be a whole web page for that. If you want Twitter, you gotta connect your Twitter. You connect your Twitch. You can have backups. I have a bunch of backups. You can import the plugins this way. All that kind of things are just in there. Easy peasy. You'll get notifications if there's updates, anything like that. And yeah, I'm going to do events on a whole nother video because I think they deserve a whole nother video. And then I'll do plugins on a different video as well. But I hope that was very helpful to you guys. I hope that was enlightening at least. If you have any questions, please drop them down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, everyone!